What is up, everyone? Trying to give it a moment just to see if make sure it's a live video. I might have to go back in and come back out. Let me see. Okay, let me see. What is up, everyone? Let me know if you all can hear me. This is going to be a brief live. If you're in the chat, let me know you hear me. Please type yes. Um, Let me get my spinner going around. Also, my banner, because you know how it is. Please make sure you smash that like button for your girl. Also, if you feel like supporting to me and my channel, it is greatly appreciated. If you cannot do so, and please make sure you like and share the video. All the love is appreciated from Ashley D. I'll give a few more people a chance to get in here, and then I'm going to say what I gotta say. Let me see. Sorry, I keep dropping my freaking phone. Um, so I'm gonna answer a couple of things today. My name was brought up, and I'm going to teach a lady how to respectfully answer people back. What is up, everyone in the chat? Rolanda, hi, Ashley D. First time catching you live. Hi, Rolanda. Well, I'm glad you caught me live tonight, sis. You got to catch us live tomorrow. This one's going to be a brief one. I hope you enjoy what you hear. Glenda, yes, you can hear me. Josephine, my sis, how you doing? Sabrina, Ashley D, yes. I'm getting yeses. Hey, honey, love. What it do? Break room in the building. Hey, Ashley, sending love. Hope you're okay. Appreciate it. Break room. Ashley is doing fine. Thank you for asking, dear. Rebecca. I'm gonna try to give it a second to allow everyone to get in here. And then we can get started. Hey, dream girl, the beautiful dream girl. How are you doing? Let me see. I am doing well, dream girl. Think I'm gonna type this a little bit bigger before we get started. I'm hearing everyone, so don't think I'm not. I hear you all. Um, I hope everyone has had a blessed day. Ashley D has definitely had a blessed day. I just want to say thank you to all my supporters. Thanks to everyone who's been sticking around. We greatly appreciate it. I know it hasn't been easy, this whole year through this trial that has not happened yet. But just with the LaTruth whole situation, I know people check on us content creators because we're reporting. But, when you care about people and you want to see them win and you want to see justice served, it can take a toll on all of us. So it's not just us as content creators, as supporters as well. So just know we always want what's best for each and all of you. And we've all tried to create a safe place for you to vent and express those feelings. So I hope I've done more than enough to make you feel that way. but it's just a few things I want to address, you guys, and I don't want to keep you up too late. Um, I'm going to start off by saying, please make sure you hit that like button. And then I'm going to say, shout out to Jasmine Dickey. She's another content creator who had an opinion today, and she said she's not biased. Hey, Mama Danielle, how you doing, beautiful? But she says she's not biased, but that's exactly what she came off. She seems to be, well, she says she's a Christian girl. And hey, Sonny, I miss you too, sweetheart. Tony, what it do, sis? Um, I'll read the comments in a minute, you guys. I don't want to like keep on reading them and coming back. Hey, Sparks, beautiful. Thanks each and every one of you for joining me this late. I appreciate it. I'm just gonna get out what I'm gonna say, and then I'm gonna come back and read the comments. Rebecca, how you doing, sis? Sparks in the building. But so there's another content creator named Jasmine Dickey, and I went back and forth whether or not I should answer her. Hey, D Ham, brother D in the building. How you do? If you do not know D Ham, mind your business, D Ham. Please check my boy out. He's a content creator as well. He's amazing. He has panels with men on there giving their point of view, their observation. Make sure your husbands or your boyfriends tune in. They will get a lot of knowledge out of this. These are young men, and some of them are a little bit older, and they're wise enough to give you information you need, whether it's carrying yourself like a woman, conducting yourself in a relationship, and what to look for, and what are the red flags that will keep you from pursuing a toxic relationship. So my shout out to Brother D. You definitely shaking it up out here on the YouTube streets. Keep going, brother. I'm proud of you. And thank you for all the support and love you give me and other channels as well. We appreciate that. But now I'm going to try to keep this brief and just say what I'm going to say and then call it a night. And I'll join you guys back tomorrow as well. As you all know, this is a new year. And a lot of us content creators feel obligated to see this story through, even though we know Mr. LaTruth has already been vindicated. It's been proven that he has not been abusing Lyonya, and she has not been in a DV relationship with him. However, there were text messages that proved otherwise when it came to her new relationship. With this new relationship also came pictures as well that were leaked that show evidence of DV going on, as well as other things that were inappropriate in her home with her and her children, allegedly. Now, us content creators over here, we all started off from the new ones to the ones now standing up for what we felt as though was right in our heart. From the subscribers supporting us, from our long panels we have, going from one panel to the next, each pointing out different things that we saw that the other content creator might have missed, a receipt that is exposed that might not have been shown. But at the end of the day, what we all stood on was supporting this man and proving his innocence. Along the way, a lot of things was lost. A lot of things was unfortunately exposed as well. Some good for the better of Mr. LaTruth, and some not so good for the better of Lyonya. But throughout this whole situation and this whole story that's continuing to unfold and things that are continuing to be exposed, we've all learned valuable lessons within ourselves about this woman, about how she thinks, how she operates, and most importantly, how she feels about this man. And the sad part about this is No one has ever thought about how Mr. LaTruth felt. And I'm not speaking to us loyal supporters that continue to stay on her neck, continue to expose things and stayed on the story, continue to stick around and point out the things and the errors that needed to be pointed out. And not only that, but held LaOnya accountable for the things that she's done to this man in the games that she plays. And it continues to go on and on. And the worstest part about all this is when these accusations came out lately in regards to her new significant other putting his hands on her. It turning physical and so much to the point so he allegedly put his hands on her son. He allegedly spit on her. And God knows what else has happened behind closed doors that has not been spoken on, that we do not know about, that we only can begin to imagine. For us as content creators to see that, to hear these things and to share it with you, it was heartbreaking. It was devastating to see these kids and how life has taken a turn for the worse. And not just so much so for LaOnya, but for her children. And this whole storyline, we saw a married couple that had a decent life that they put together. And I would say built together. But he was on his way and she came in, and I'll say they put the foundation of the title of a relationship together and they sold it to us. And it represented Black unity. It represented Black love. It represented a family uniting, a single mother finding love, and a man loving her and her children unconditionally, for better or worse. We saw all of that. When things began to go left, we saw Mr. LaTruth out here on his own, fighting, fighting to be freed from this toxic relationship, fighting to be freed from being an alleged abuser, fighting to be free to save his name and his image, fighting to get online and heal from cancer publicly, to encourage his people. No matter what happens, you must continue to go on and fight, because at the end of the day, you're not just a regular man healing from cancer. You are an influencer, and the spotlight is on you. And you must show the world how you can overcome something that is so deadly. But you have to do it on camera. You can't do it like regular people can do it. You can't sit at the home in the privacy of your own home and just disappear for months. You have to every day show your process and turn that into work as content. As you heal from cancer, you have to promote yourself on your good and on your bad days and turn it into content. Now, you can't tell me that's not genius. While you're healing from cancer, while you're in pain, while you're going through this traumatic experience publicly, online, from being bashed, you have to try to heal online and turn it into content. That is genius. And that we saw what this man do. We saw him turn regular content, his sick days, into positive, motivating, uplifting days, encouraging people, inspiring people. We saw all that with our own very own eyes. And good night, Josephine. I'm going to stop and look at the comments here and there. I hate to stop in the middle of everything. That lady has to be stopped. She's trying to stop everybody from talking about Clonel. I absolutely agree with you. And that's exactly what they're trying to do now. And the sad part about us watching a miracle, watching a family from one family member to the next, one passing away from it, unfortunately, from the mother to the sister, and watching two other siblings, three other ones, beat it, live through it, fight through it. One of them dodging that bullet, the other two men healing from it publicly, while being slandered publicly as well. I can't imagine how they must felt when that camera went off, when they were alone. But they had to continue to go because the show had to go on, right? We all stood behind Mr. LaTruth 10 toes down. It wasn't a bashing show. It did not turn into pointing and critiquing little things on our end from the very beginning. All we pointed out in the beginning was the things that she said were not credible. The things that she presented to the world were not true. These are not facts. This woman did not run from the police. She did not feel like her life was in danger when she's making a phone call sitting on the bed. Sitting on the bed comfortable, might I add, and walking directly right past this man, not even flinching one time, not being pushed up against the wall, not a fear in her heart. She didn't even fear enough to lie. She lied in his face as well as our faces. And he said, "You're doing that lying stuff again." And not one time did LaOnya say, "What do you mean? Stop lying on me. What are you talking about?" When he said something on that bed, she muted that phone quick so that operator could not hear what he was trying to say. And she casually walked past this man as if nothing was wrong. And she went downstairs and she said he was following her. And we all saw that was not the case. We all saw him call her out for what she lied about, the lying stuff again. We all saw her get upset and continue to throw his stuff out of the house when he said, "You're upset because I do not want to adopt the kids." We witnessed that as well. And at one time did LaOnya say, "That's not true. No, stop lying." She laughed it off. He even made a joke about her trying to get her body done to look like her ex's wife. And she laughed and said something about her being overweight. None of these subjects of any type of abuse, any fear in this woman's heart whatsoever was there. But that's the storyline they wanted to push off. And they wanted us to run with that as content creators over here because we were women. Good or bad, no matter what, we were supposed to stand 10 toes down with this woman because she was a woman. But they had things wrong. While healing from this situation, we saw a man fighting for his life, literally, physically, mentally, spiritually, and fighting to be freed from all this slanderism, from all this frauding of his name. And we watched everything unplay and unfold, and we saw here and there Mr. LaTruth crack innocent jokes. He turned the tote situation into a joke. People slammed him for that. We have an ex-wife, soon to be, get online, start laughing about her man's privacy, laughing not even 4 months into the separation because they're still not legally divorced now. But she joked about the size of the next man she wants to be intimate with. And she wants to have a little prayer before they decide to become intimate and ask God to pray that not only is good, but it's worth it, the package. We watched all of these things unfold. Hey, Tawana, and if he was an abuser, ain't no way she would have called the police in front of his face, baby, because an abuser would broke that phone, broke it and threw it out of there. Facts. Hey, Brandy Davis, sis, how you doing, boo? Much love to you. Mom Danielle what it is. Thanks for the red hearts. April Patterson. An abuser would not have gone live during and in an abusive situation. He would have been busy abusing her. Hey, honey love. Hey, Queen D Ham, brother. But we saw time and time again this man being antagonized and painted out to try to be an abuser. From Lionya to the people on Facebook, the many, many pages, to her fan base, to the people on YouTube. Okay? It never went to the point of us feeling to defend him when the lines crossed. We never thought it would cross so far to the point where we're all cracking jokes here and there. And it went to the next level of hurting someone's feelings. Even though, let's be honest, we all had to sit and watch whenever this man went live. He was crucified for his looks. He was crucified for the way he ate. He was crucified for how much weight he lost. He was crucified from healing for something that could have took his life. And not one time publicly did his wife come forward within 24 hours without changing her mind, saying anyone else says anything about my sick ex-husband, you will no longer be working for Beehive. You will no longer be a part of my fan club. I will not entertain that foolishness. This man is healing from cancer. But you know what's the crazy part about it? He was healing from 2 cancers. He was healing from the physical cancer that was in his body that was removed. And he was healing from a mental cancer that had him emotionally drained. He had to heal from 2 cancers within 1 year. You can't tell me that's not strength. And then we have Lionya, who allows her pages to continue to bash this man, continue to drag him, continue to point out the size of a print through some pants, continue to zoom in on his face, on his lips, where he was eating something spicy and he burned his lips. They dragged this man pretty bad to the point where Lionya thought it was okay to reach out to someone that he was doing skits with, that he was putting money in their pocket, giving them a little credit, helping them build a platform innocently while going through this public divorce, not even dating at this time. Even though Lionya moved a whole man in this house within that short 4-month period time span. She did the unthinkable. She went above and beyond in this relationship to make this man feel less than, to make him feel not needed, not loved, not appreciated. And we all sat back and we watched. And a lot of us were upset plenty of times to where we said, why isn't he saying anything? Why isn't he doing anything? Why isn't he dragging her? And the second this man will respond with a sarcastic, funny joke in Mr. LaTrue fashion, he was dragged for that. He didn't drag her in a sense of exposing things that were private and intimate about her. He dragged her in a way of a silly skit that got a rise out of her even more with his nonchalant, non-bothered tale. That's what bothered her more than anything. She did not receive the attention that she wanted. And when she did receive it, it wasn't the way she wanted it. You had a woman that committed to a man off of all the wrong reasons, and clearly throughout this whole year, this whole entire year, we saw nothing but a relationship that was based off of financial gain and lust. Nothing says love about any of the things that this woman has done and put this man through in and out of this marriage since their separation. Nothing about it says love whatsoever. You can be hurt and you can do foolish things here and there because sometimes as women, we can't control our emotions. We would like to, but sometimes we react off emotions too soon. And then we live to regret it later on, but it's too late. There's a lot of women out there that were in their younger prime that wish they could take it back, that might have had a good man, and they reacted off of emotions. And by them acting off emotions, that relationship came to an end because no man will disturb their peace for anyone. No man will allow you, someone that he loves, someone that already had children, already had, I call it a already made family, to come into their life, into their home, into their world, to only tear it apart, to make them miserable when already you came with packages, already made packages. But you got so comfortable being you. You got so comfortable being a hellraiser. You got so comfortable being immature, knowing that this man overlooked a lot of things you've done because he didn't like to argue. He already created the family image lifestyle and he worked very hard for that. He didn't want to mess that up. And he did everything he can to protect that brand, even if it was keeping you out of the camera here and there, allowing you less to speak. Because every time you spoke too much. You spoke about the wrong things. And when you were really upset and you all were supposed to do a skit that day, we saw it all on your face. You didn't try to hide it. I believe you've been planting these seeds. I believe early on in the very beginning of this relationship, you decided to come on camera and look sad, look hurt, look depressed, look upset, lose the weight, so people can early on see when you realize that your husband secretly behind closed doors was asking for a divorce. You decided to plant those seeds in everyone's ear and with their eyes. So when you came on camera, we could say, oh my gosh, Lyonya looks sad. It looks like she's losing weight. She's suffering. Maybe something is going on behind closed doors that we know absolutely nothing about. You knew what you were doing. 100 facts. Always, Brother D. I'm going to read these for a second and I'll keep going. Um, Everyone she deals with experience a loss. Facts. We need to start back. Jonelle Buser. Facts. LaWanda said, this is an amazing opening statement. Thank you, sweetheart. Tawana Davis said, why would that man allow himself to get dragged into this mess? Into her mess. He has lost his woman, and Lyonya would care less. Mr. Ed, with this situation, you guys, he came in this already having nothing to lose. I know a lot of people say he's young, he's a fresh face, he's in Hollywood, he ruined his career. Well, I'm going to say this. A lot of people at that young man's age, they are a lot further than what he is. He had a scene. He had a couple of scenes in his popular sitcom. If they were looking for him and checking for him like that, he wouldn't be in Atlanta with Lyonya right now. He would be in California, somewhere where movies are frequently produced. He would not be at home with her doing skits. He's not at that age peak anymore where they're checking for young celebrities. Yes, we see older male figures that are cast at his age and that are starring in movies that have a breakthrough. But however, he has the odds already stacked against him. He's not a best looking man. if we're going to be honest. If I'm going to say what Hollywood is looking for, what role a guy like him would play in any type of movie in Hollywood besides an alien movie or Men in Black, but he's the alien. Okay, I slipped that part in there. But I'm just saying, it's not very likely Mr. Ed has that look that can star in different sorts of movies and play that part. Now, when it comes to the acting, I don't know how good he is at that because I didn't watch the series. And especially when I found out he played in it, I didn't feel it necessary for me to even go back and watch it. I saw enough of what I needed to see with him doing those skits. And he wasn't that bad, but he wasn't that good because I feel like if you're a real good actor, when it's time to play a part and you getting paid for it, you're going to be in that role. And to see him with his paid relationship with Lyonya and him breaking character and him not caring enough, at least about her children, to stay in character when he's in these movies. I mean, when he's with her and they're in their little episode shooting scenes, you would think he would act like he's her boyfriend. But instead, he acts like they're teenagers. And he always does something outlandish, over the top. And it makes her look crazy and it embarrasses her. And I'm secondhand embarrassed watching at through my phone or on the screen at home because I can't believe he did this. And most importantly, I can't believe he doesn't respect her brand enough not to do the things he does on camera. If this man was really some type of actor material, even when they're making cologne or they're going out to eat, he does not act professional enough or like he's used to things. He's always over the top. He's eating with his mouth open. His elbows are on the table. And they say we critique everything about them. But they do the same thing to Mr. LaTrue. And that brings me back to Jasmine Dickey. And I'm going to get to her and then I'm going to say what needs to be said and call it that. Just that. Um, Maine lost his wife due to this Sega. That has happened. Just want to make sure I'm tracking correctly. Okay. Maine, I don't know if he's lost his wife directly over this, but if he has, I understand because anything dealing with Lyonya is a dark energy. If you are attached to Lyonya in that dark energy, it is a possibility you will lose something. You will lose your friends, your family. You will lose people that are close to you because she feels as though when she calls, you're supposed to be there. She's that it girl. She feels entitled. And those are the type of people you do not attach yourself and become friends with. Because once that friendship is over, whatever she brought to that friendship, whatever she brought to the table, she's taking that away from you. That podcast, the podcast um equipment and whatever else she's donated and contributed to him, clothes wise, everything is getting taken back. You best believe that. Because that's how petty she is. Tawanda, you are a wise woman like Anya as a dug ton of ditches and she don't realize it. She's slowly falling into them. And one thing, if you was acting, that had something to do with not be with him. For sure. Facts. If he was acting and he had these roles playing in these good movies, he would not be with her. I'm looking at my phone. I don't have my glasses on, so please forgive me if I'm pronouncing some of the things wrong. I'm kind of looking at my phone sideways, um, so I can make sure I'm speaking in the microphone. I didn't plan on going live tonight, so I was not going to go find my glasses. Hey, Ashley, what did I miss? A lot. I just got started though. I'm gonna try to keep it brief. What I was gonna speak on, you came right on time. He can't be that good. He's not working. Exactly. If that man was good when he tagged himself in a 50 Cent movie that he was trying to get in, they threw that lavish party for that, and he never made it. Best believe something else would have picked up for this man. He tried to secretly, will I on you, go to Hollywood parties, buy tickets for these type of things, go to magazine events. He was hoping that someone would have discovered him. And you can think about this if you think about the airport scene when they were all in the airport by Monique. Monique did not give them the same energy they gave her. We don't know what she whispered to LaOnya. She wants to act as though that was a secret. But if we're going to be honest, she might have told her to be a lady, stop telling her business on the internet. Whatever she said was brief, and it probably was kind of embarrassing enough to her to know not to say it out loud. And she also probably gave her a few encouraging words, but that was it. But what we also saw that was very telling was how Mr. Ed was acting and hanging on Monique. He couldn't even play it cool. He's telling her to get up with him. He's over the top excited. He couldn't control himself. And if a celebrity sees another celebrity, they're not going to act like that. They're going to play it pretty cool. They're going to be used to being around that type of crowd or seeing those type of movies. I mean, those type of people because they star in different movies together or sometimes not even together, but they've seen them on big screens so they know exactly who they are. And clearly, she did not know who this man was. She probably thought that he was carrying like on your bags or her security. Hey, hell, he probably didn't even know who LaOnya was, but she had to show her. I guarantee you that's what the situation was. But I'm gonna bear with me, you guys. I'm trying to keep coming back up with the topic and all that. So don't worry. Okay, can you guys hear me? Are you here? I had to make sure I was back in StreamYard. Okay, you guys, I'm not going to read the comments for a little while though, okay? I'm going to get out what I have to say. But back to what I was saying, far as, it's another content creator that is very Christian like. And the person name is Jasmine Dickey. And I normally try not to say names. I try to give people nicknames because I just don't want to feel like the message is directly directed in a malicious way. But she said my name, so I'm going to directly address her in the situation that she spoke on. And I'm going to keep it cute, and I'm going to talk with a mild tone so it doesn't come off aggressive. And I also want to say shout out to my mom. I appreciate you becoming a member. Aw, becoming a YouTube member. Thank you for membership, Mom. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks everyone for the love and support you giving your girl. I appreciate it. Thanks for the cash apps. Thanks for everything. But now I'm gonna continue to carry on. So Jasmine Dickey gave a video and she dropped a couple of content creator names, and she gave her opinion on what she felt about couple of situations and things that has taken place in the past few days. I will say that it is everyone's right to feel how they feel. It is not my problem, nor should I be offended for your own personal feelings and how you feel about me and how you feel about me addressing a situation that happened with me in it or about me. You're entitled to your own opinion just like everyone is. Everyone is entitled to control and feel how they feel. I can't control how you feel about me, and I will never try to change that. You don't know me personally, and you've never had personal contact with me like that to give your own valid personal opinion. But like I said, you're free to have that because that's your opinion. Now, what I will say is the opinion that you said and the things that you spoke on, you were not correct about at all. You was absolutely not correct. And the reason I feel like directing you into the valid answer and explaining what the answer is because you say you're Christian like. And I'm not arguing anymore in 2024. I call myself a Christian as well. And sometimes on YouTube, like you stated, you said you have a very reckless mouth and you can be reckless at times. Well, I'm a Christian and I agree. We can get reckless at times and we can use swear words that are in the Bible that we should not use because it is a sin. But we are human. And at the end of the day, I don't get online reading and quoting scriptures all day long. So I'm not going to pretend that I'm trying to 110% live by that. I'm going to be myself and I'm going to do my best every day to strive and do what I can that's close enough to being a decent human being. I brought up everything about Lyonya so we can travel back into time based off of you saying that we bully her over here. Well, my answer to you is has some of the things we said about Lyonya were inappropriate? Absolutely. They were. Were some of the things we said unnecessary? Yes, they were. Absolutely. But 97.9% of those things we said to me, they weren't. Were a few things over the top and inappropriate? Yes. But you have to think about this. You say we speak about Robert, but we speak on Lyonya in a bad way. Well, if we're speaking on Lyonya in a bad way and we're holding people accountable for things, and you say you're a fair person, you have to be fair all around. You can't be, you can't say you're fair, but you only point out the things that we're saying about Lyonya that are bad. If you're fair all around, you have to hold both sides accountable for the things that they have said about these two people. It's not just this side critiquing Lyonya. For so long, it has been Lyonya supporters that have critiqued this man's eating. They have critiqued him healing from cancer, how he looked. They called him Little Bill from what he wears, from his face shrinking in, even from his brother healing from cancer to his sister healing from cancer. And we're the mean girls. I've said some mean, bad things about people, but that was about the people I was into it with. I didn't get cool with those people to turn around and still say things bad about them. And I didn't say things bad about people at their most vulnerable stages in their life, such as Lyonya did and her people. They talked about this man during cancer. And you say that we, on the other hand, we bash her, we critique her. But what about that same graceful of truth? You say that you're not following this story, but you got into it with Upper on someone else's page, having an opinion about this, calling them out for doing a funny video. And when they responded to you, you acted as though they had no right. But you're the Christian and you're judging people, not even Christian like. You're judging people based off of your own opinion. And in the Bible, we're not supposed to judge anyone. That is God's job. We can encourage people to do the positive thing, to do the right thing. But when you're judging and critiquing everybody else for having an opinion, what does that make you, Jasmine? Those same people that you're offending, that you're defending over there, are the same people that made jokes about this man. They cracked on this man. They talked about his private areas, his wife, that no one would have ever knew about had it not been for her. And that is the lowest thing you can do. And we can't sit up and say she did it while they were upset. No, from what it looked like, it was a shower picture where he was caught off guard, where he thought he could be vulnerable with his wife with and the privacy of their own home. And she decided to say, I'm going to take this picture. So down the line, just in case, when things don't work out, I can use this picture just like she did. Well, all those skits that were close to the very end, you can go back and watch. She was looking sad. She was losing weight. She was setting the stage. And that is what exactly she did. And then we have people like you that claim you were a LaTruth supporter in the beginning. And now you're calling yourself the truth supporter. But what truth are you standing on? Are you just standing on the truth of the issues and the things that in line with your beliefs and what you think is the truth and what you think should be right instead of the whole truth or instead of the bigger picture, which is looking at things on both sides, which is saying they're not just speaking on this woman and bashing her, but we've heard people come on the lady talk show at night, the ladies podcast or whatever, and we've heard the Beehive say they were going to break him down. They were going to do everything they can to break him down. We heard that. And if that didn't sound like it was malicious intentions behind that, then I don't know what else was. But the only thing you seem to be, Miss Jasmine, is to be concerned about is us over here critiquing and having the same energy that she's had with this man for over a year. And it wasn't just her, it was her whole team. It was a whole team. It was her on her 3,000 follower platform. It was her 15 to 25 pages daily. It was her and all her supporters on his page taking taking digs and jabs at him consistently all day long under every video he put out. This man could not go eat and share a moment with his true supporters without them reaching out. This man privately told LaOnya to do a background check on her boyfriend, as he should have. He didn't reach out to her boyfriend, but yet she felt like it was necessary for her to reach out to someone that he was doing business with, that he was doing skits with, because she was jealous and she wanted to mess that up. And when she found out who she was, in LaOnya fashion, what did she do? Get him, Bree. Get him. She sicks everybody on whoever she does not like, whoever does not agree with her. She wants them got. She has a personal vendetta against this man. And us people over here that has been following this story, who now is starting to feel bad for her and think that she's a victim. Is she really a victim? Or is she a victim of her own circumstances and the things that she has created? Let's make it make sense. Let's be fair. If we're going to point out things and we're going to say LaOnya is bullied, then it's only right to point out the things that they're doing over there that has been consistently bullying and targeting this man to the point so where it is gotten out of hand to where they're bullying and targeting his brother. But you're not going to speak on that one. How could I ever think you're going to speak on Kevin's bullying when you're not even pointing out the obvious about Mr. Latrufus? You're not pointing out him being bullied and targeted and attacked. But yet, you want to point out what his supporters are doing over here. If we're going to start pointing, why haven't you said anything about the people that are continuing to drag Kevin and pull up people from his past? Pull up the people from this man's past relationships prior to him being back fully committed to his wives. This man who has had a newborn child, and you said you're a parent yourself. So what do you think about if you just had a child and you're a content creator, so you can't control certain things in your life being put out? But we all been a part of your wife being pregnant and you sharing that journey with us. So it was only right after she had you guys' beautiful son that you shared that journey with us as well. And we appreciate that. So imagine if you were in those wife's shoes. And because you decided to stick up for your brother, you're being dragged through the mud for that. You're being spoken on for that. People are digging up people from your past who you no longer care to see, who you no longer care to deal with, and giving them a voice to lie and ramble on and say as they please about you. Why aren't you speaking up about that, Jasmine? But you have so much to say about speaking up for what's right and the justice that people should receive that are being targeted and bullied. Where were you when I was being targeted and bullied since you brought that up? Where were you? Brandy Davis says, well, did Jasmine say anything about LaOnya behavior? If she hasn't followed the story, then she needs to be quiet. If she is a Christian from church folks, there's a big difference. Facts. I'm going to sip some water for a second and then I'm going to continue saying what I'm saying. If everybody in this comment section agree with what I'm saying, please feel free to press 1. Or at least if you understand where I'm coming from. And you don't have to agree, but I just want to make sure we're on the same pages. If you have any questions so far about what I said, feel free to ask that question. Because over here, you can feel how you want to feel. We can agree to disagree. I'm okay with that. But I'm going to sip some water real quick and then I'm going to carry on. I see a couple ones. You can't be bullied on social media. All you have to do is get off. Facts. Okay, I appreciate everybody on hold. Give me one more second. Almost done. One moment, please. And that is absolutely right. If you're not agreeing with what's going on social media, all you have to do is log off. All you have to do is turn the page. If you think you're going to have an unpopular opinion with someone and you do not agree with these people or get along with them, what is the point of you leaving your opinion causing confusion or an argument or a disagreement. And sometimes it's not even what you say, it's the way you say it. You can say how you feel, but just say it respectfully. And just keep that same energy with everyone around. Keep that same energy with your faves. Nobody cares about people having an opinion because that's our freedom of speech. That's our right. But it gets a little messy when you decide to say this person's opinion matters and count, but the next person's don't. Then that's when it becomes messy. Now, we all witnessed what Mr. LaTruth went through. We all saw with our very own eyes, as well as his family. And that's what made us love on this family even more. We may not know them personally, but we've all felt connected from knowing Mr. LaTruth from the beginning to knowing Kevin through his tutoring as well as his videos that are inspiring and encouraging, to only finding out that later on he was Mr. LaTruth's brother. He already had his own name, and it blew my mind to know that I was already following this man with these uplifting videos that were sometimes skits that were so good you thought were real. And then when he comes out and he says that he reenacted something, it blew my mind because it was so real and spot on. It was about things that were going on in the real world that needed to be talked about. And he did them. So I was very impressed to find out that that was his brother. And then to see Toya blossom from Facebook to being very professional and very funny on YouTube. You develop a relationship with her. And it's not just not even knowing her, but feeling like you know her because she's that one cousin you love to go out with when you see her. You know you're going to have a good time when she's around. She's that cousin when Friday hits, you want to go to her house and stay the weekend over there because you guys are going to eat some good tacos and you're going to have fun. From the time you wake up to the time you close your eyes, it's a good time. To Dawn, very, very articulate in her own way when she explains things. And I don't know if it's because her accent, it makes it even more funny, but she's very smart. When she says things, you can understand exactly what she's saying and you can visualize it as she's explaining it. And what I admire about her the most is her realness. She's a very smart woman. She's sharp. At first, I was laughing to myself before I knew her and said, well, I don't see how Don could have been a mod. Being a mod, you have to be fast and sharp and on your feet. I don't see how she could mod for LaOnya with all those people. And when I tell you she be reading those comments fast in that comment section, she catch it, she answer it, then she's back to answering you, and then she's thinking about what she's saying. Don, people underestimate Don, and that's what I like about Don. Don is a natural, funny person. She can explain a story and it's funny, and she's not trying to be. And that's how I know she's real, because she has absolutely no reason to lie. She's herself, and you understand what she's saying. And whether you like it or you agree with it or not, she's going to tell you the truth. And I will not hold her past or anyone else's past against them because I am not God. God is the only person that can judge her. God is the only person that can judge my past. If I had someone following me around and saying, hey, this is your past, this is who you are, and I'm trying to step into my greater me, I'm trying to move forward and learn from my past. I've outgrown my past. I am the 40 version-year-old Ashley, not the 39, not the 38. I'm not that girl anymore. I've changed. And if I had people that continue to follow me around and hold my past hostage, how will I ever grow? How would I ever know who I am and be sure of myself if I didn't try to change? I don't know. They didn't call yet, baby. I'll text you if they do, but so far you still have it, okay? You're welcome. So all I'm saying is when it comes to Don, those are her siblings and they love each other a lot. So who am I to judge their relationship and why they chose to forgive their own blood sister? Make it make sense, you guys. Make it make sense. Let me repeat it. Who am I or anybody else out there thinking that it's okay and you have that right to judge these people for why they're making up with their big sister? That is their sister, their blood sister. You make up with people every day in your family that's not blood related. You go back to your ex-man who did you dirty that's not blood related. You forgiving people for the worser things and they're not blood related. What make us and it be our prerogative to control and tell them who they should forgive and who they shouldn't? Clearly, Don said she was hurting. And it's clearly that this family together is a duo. It's dynamite. And when the Lord puts something together, each one of these people have their own unique talents in their own ways. And they're very powerful as one. And when God puts something together and he puts that gift in you, people will try to kill, come, and destroy. And that's what they tried to do with this family. But God said he's not having it. And like I said yesterday, and I'm going to say right now, and then I will get back to my subject. People came in this picture to try to destroy this family because they know what this family is capable of together. It takes sometimes to go through something traumatic, something devastating in order for it to come back 10 times better. It took for God to divide this family so she can go over there, so she can see for herself that her brother did not do this, that he's cleared of those accusations, and she saw exactly what type of woman Lionya was, because guess what? For 6 whole years, her brother covered that up. Her brother covered up bits and pieces about this woman that he truly loved. The love wasn't there on her behalf, but it was for him. He covered that up. And you can't tell me to this day this man still doesn't love her. He could have been spilled stuff on Lionya. He could have been wrote a tell-all. He didn't do any of those things. All he tried to do was clear his name, rebuild his reputation, and start over on a clean slate. That's all he wanted. And to see his daughter. And I don't think that's a lot that this man is asking, especially speaking from personal experience, what we've seen him go through firsthand. I'm going to read a few comments and then I'm going to go back to saying what I was saying. It's family over everything. Why wouldn't they forgive them? Exactly. Amen. Preach, baby girl. Thank you, sis. Will do. And I see a lot of ones. Now, I'm going to get back to the subject at hand, the forgiveness thing. And if you can't hear me and it goes in and out, best believe I'm going to come right back to that. Um, Forgive me if I'm jumping around. I apologize, but I'm starting to think that this world is just as crazy and twisted to me as it ever been in this lifetime. I mean, really, really crazy. People are worshiping and idolizing celebrities and people more than their own family. People will protect people that they don't know at all costs, even when time and time again it has been proven that this person is a bad person or this person is not a good person. But they will rather protect this person because their loyalty to this person means everything to them over integrity, over doing the right thing, over not hurting someone else. But in the process of them protecting this person, they're hurting the person that did not do anything, that only wanted justice. Today, by Mrs. Jasmine Dickey, it was stated that I am a bully. Now, and I am jealous. I wanted to touch on that, but I also wanted to make very clear that Jasmine, I have never been jealous of any one or woman in my life, and I have no reason whatsoever to be a bully. I've been caught up in catty gossip back in the day. I've spoken bad on people that I was not cool with back in the day. But going forward, these people that I am cool with now, you will not catch me saying anything bad about these people. And you heard me genuinely apologize. And for you and other people to entertain in your mind and think, and this is your Christian mind thinking this, that I've became cool with certain people because I dislike this person. And to be honest, what you fail to realize is my life, when I wake up, my day does not start and it does not end with this person on my mind. I don't have a personal agenda against this person. My life does not go on based off of you and anyone else's feelings about me. I felt like this was important for me to clear up. So, in your Christian mind, you will understand as a Christian that your role is to teach, help, and guide, not to control, not to give your opinion on something you know absolutely nothing about, but you choose to make alive and insert yourself in that. So, here you are. This is why we are where we are today at this point. And I'm going to help you out so you can get a better understanding of things. And I'm not going to be disrespectful. I'm not going to be rude. And I'm not going to say anything bad about you. I'm going to remain the way I am now, mild tempered. And I apologize if it comes off like I'm yelling. I'm using my phone at this time. I might be a little loud. I'll try to take it down. But that's not my intention whatsoever with this video. And I'm reading real quick before I get started again. How can Jasmine say you're jealous when she doesn't know you? She says she doesn't know the full story, but she claims she's a Christian. Child, miss me with that BS. Facts, Brandy. Your apologies, God got you, baby. Thank you. And this is the thing, you guys, okay? What Christians need to stop doing. You need to stop passing judgment on you, judgment on others, how you feel about them. Stop pushing off your beliefs and what you feel unless it's containing to your Bible study or containing to something positive. That's a message that you want to share with others based off of you being a Christian and your beliefs. That is fine. But when you come online and you start giving out your opinion on things that has nothing to do with you, and you continue to say those things enough to where you feel it necessary, being the Christian woman that you are, to do a live about it. I don't think that's very Christian like, Jasmine, if you ask me. Then you had the nerve to try to pick a little fight with Upper. Oops, speak of the up of the up. Stop explaining yourself, Ash. Tell that MF to go to pray about it. Facts. And I have to check out your video, Upper. I'm not gonna hold you up. If you did want to come up for a second, I understand. If you don't, you did do a video earlier, sis, and you, from what I heard, explain how you felt. And I just felt the need, since my name was stated several times in a malicious manner, that this person needed to be addressed the way I was addressed, but she needed to be explained what is Christian like behavior and what is not Christian like behavior. Because clearly she don't understand. There's no problem with her having an opinion. But the problem with you having an opinion is that doesn't necessarily mean that's what it is. Or that doesn't have to be everyone else's opinion because they're following you. That doesn't make it right. Or even because that's your friend. That still doesn't make the opinion right. That may be your friend, but if you don't know the whole story, then you shouldn't be putting your 2 cents in it. Because at the end of the day, it seems like you're pushing. I mean, you're picking and passing judgment. And that's not what Christians do. So I just don't understand where all this, and I'll use your word, it seems like slandering, hate, animosity, jealousy. I don't see where all this is coming from and where you've gotten it from just by observing what has went on these past few days. You said something, and maybe I said Usher, Lord, maybe Upper wants to address that, because I do have a couple questions for Usher. I do have a couple of questions for Upper as well in regards to that situation. I saw you spoke under someone's picture, their video, and you had an opinion about that. And you could have had an opinion, but it seems like you were kind of picking, and you said you don't choose sides, but clearly you chose a side when you chose to write a 4-page letter. And in that letter, you were choosing a side and you were saying things that were not accurate. And you continue to repeat those things even when the person you were speaking on did not agree with you about that. And they explained it was. What did it do, Upper? Hey, beautiful.
What was said? Because I didn't watch
How
that
you doing?
bullshit. I'm good. I didn't watch
I
that
know, right?
bullshit. And then I figured shit, probably like 5 other people probably seen the shit anyway, so I ain't give a fuck. But
Uh,
you
Usher,
know what I'm
Upper,
saying?
I
Like,
love you. You keep it real, girl.
yeah, I
You
mean,
know.
come on, man. Leave me at the end of the day, leave me the fuck alone. I can hear
Facts.
echo. Hold on.
Okay, boo.
At the end of the day, leave me the fuck alone. I do not bother this girl. I don't say nothing about this girl. I mind my business. What
Yeah,
blows
you
me,
do.
what blows me about her is how you trying to make it. Where do you find the room to call somebody a mean girl? When I've been mad at my business, not saying nothing to this young lady, I happened to stumble across a comment that she made about me, and I responded to her comment. How you make a comment about somebody, then the person respond to what the fuck you said, and then you try to
Mm-hmm.
call them a bully for responding to you. If you don't want to respond, then shut the fuck up. And then
Facts.
also, another thing, if you feel a way about a certain topic, it does not mean that everybody have to feel the way that you fucking feel.
There you
You can
go.
feel however you want to feel, but what's your purpose of running around talking about, oh, they need to do this? They don't, nobody need to do shit. You need to do what you want to do and let other people do what the fuck they want to do. If I want to
Thank
talk
you.
about Lionia until 2026, that's my motherfucking business. It
Thank
gotta
you.
be a verse somewhere in the Bible about this shit. Because she,
And
because she
out of
run,
all people, guess what, y'all? Barbara Walters gonna find that mug over
I'm
there.
a fan that shit.
I know
Because
you is.
because at the at the end of the day, it appears that you're fucking with Upper. That's what it
Thank
appears
you.
to be. Because I don't even
Hmm.
pay your ass no attention.
You
So
don't.
what the you? It's almost like you trying to find something to beef about. Girl, don't
Thank
nobody.
you.
At the end
And
of the
then
day, y'all, I don't give a fuck who don't want to talk about the story no more. You have all rights to move on this internet however you choose to move. But what is
thank
your
you.
motive to try to demonize the people that you? Because if I'm not mistaken, everybody that's trying to come down on the people that's still talking about the saga used to talk about the saga they motherfucking self.
Thank you. And guess what? The only reason they're saying it's a dead horse right now, you've gotten the money out of this story. You've gotten the content out of this story. So you might feel in your heart, allegedly now, that there's no point of this story. But guess what? We've carried this story genuinely from our heart. So if we choose to speak on different things daily based off of that story, that should be our prerogative. Maybe
The
your heart
fuck?
wasn't really in it from the beginning, because that's what it seems like. Because why
Right,
would you
like
judge the
get
other
your
people?
motherfucking ass, girl, get your motherfucking ass on, man. And then you talk. I seen a comment where she said that, oh yeah, because I was about to light her ass up, or I'm about you want finna do shit to me, motherfucker. I'm not scared of your motherfucking ass. The fuck wrong with
Oh,
you? You can't
and
tell me what to say on my shit. If you don't
and
get
that's
your
the
ass the
thing
fuck out
about
of here,
Upper. Upper is cool. I paid attention,
fuck wrong with her.
over these few days, and nonchalant when it comes to stuff that's pointless to her. She will get in your tail. Don't get it twisted. But if she think that an argument is pointless and she said what she had to say, what does she look like stooping down to your level? Picking a basic argument over your opinion that you should have left to yourself instead of leaving it under someone else's page, and then when that person responds to your opinion that should only matter for you, then you have a problem. And you wasn't just having a casual opinion. You wrote a whole love letter that was
Right.
pointed.
And I'm like, my thing is, this not just her though. This is going on a lot on these social media streets. You have
Hmm.
to be responsible for what you say. The last time I had any interaction with that damn girl, we was on this panel, and I said, mind you, I'm gonna give y'all the whole background. Now, this was during the time that Amber was into it with Retta.
Hmm.
Jasmine said something about Retta, how she think Retta messy. I said, well, I think that you're messy for inserting yourself into their drama. And so then I posted it on my page and said she's messy. Now I came back and said, you know what? I was wrong for doing that. I approached her here on this panel right here, if you can remember, and I said, I want to, first of all, I want to apologize to her because that was unnecessary. I didn't mean to do that. I felt like, as a grown woman, we should be able to apologize to each other and move forward. That was our
Right.
last interaction. Then I stumbled across her talking about me in the comments. But my
Yeah.
thing is, how do you get mad and call somebody a mean girl for responding to the shit that you're doing? This
Hmm.
whole accountability word is what's missing here. And same thing with a lot of other creators. You cannot get mad at somebody's response to your bullshit and your bad behavior.
Thank you. And you
Right?
know what? And I will say this about you, Upper. And one thing about you is I see that you've always taken accountability. And I was wrong about you. And I will say I am very sorry for what I thought that the person I thought you was and what you turned out to be. Hands down. And I apologize about that. When you felt like I felt some sort of way, you came on my panel and you held yourself accountable to the point of, I didn't know I made you feel that way, but if I did, I apologize. And it takes a woman to say things like that, especially with people you don't know. And even so much so with her. It's growth if someone says, even though I don't even know you from a can of paint, girl. We have not had an interaction like that, but I apologize. And by you
Right.
doing that, that should be the end of the conversation. But instead, she chooses to entertain it and turn it into something that it should never went to. And it's
Right.
just
Like
mind boggling.
I'm not finna keep doing. Listen, y'all. It's a whole lot of manipulation and mind games going on the internet, y'all. I don't know if y'all peep
Yep.
game, but
Please
anytime
do.
somebody just bringing your ass up out the blue, creating imaginary beefs and imaginary drama, it's something behind that. Because when I
Yep.
tell you, I literally have nothing to do with this girl. I damn near forget the motherfucker exists until she insert herself in some shit again. I don't even be thinking about the damn girl. So,
Thank you.
my thing is like, girl, please leave me the fuck alone. So
Mm-hmm.
stop speaking on my fucking name, because I never would have even spoke on your fucking name if you would have never brought me up. If I would have never
Facts.
stumbled across you talking and speaking on Upper would have never responded to you with a live video. You have absolutely no reason to be upset with me. And a lot of these motherfuckers need to stop running and rolling around the internet, running fucking rampant, talking about people need to stop talking about Lionya and man they fucking business. People could talk about who the fuck they want to talk about. If you
Facts.
don't
There
want to
you
talk
go.
about that shit over there on your platform, then don't talk about it. But why the fuck you stressing yourself out over what I'm doing on my shit?
Facts. And like you said, a lot of us have said we moving on. We don't want to speak on it. Blah blah blah. But we find out something. We wake up the next day. We have our supporters that wait on us. Unlike some content creators, they don't speak on it here and there unless something jumps up. And I feel like it's a money grab, but I don't speak on that. I don't say anything about that.
Right.
However, us content creators that speak on this as well as a few other little different things we touch on daily, that should be our right. Why do you have to point out us and what we choose to do our channel on? That should not
Shit.
matter to you. And then you turn it around as though we're bullying this person. Why are we bullying like Anya when for the whole time? If you want to be a Christian and be fair, let's be a Christian all around the board. Don't just pick and choose. But now I see a couple of people all of a sudden want to rally behind like Anya and act like we're bullying her when they've been doing that to this man. They've been doing this to him. So why don't you call a spade and stick up for the truth and his brother who's been slandered and his sisters who's been slandered? Even now
Right.
as we speak, Don didn't have
Y'all,
anything to do with anything. If she didn't take someone's apology back, that was her prerogative. So why did she have to be slandered and thrown under the bus and made fun of the way she lived?
at the end of the day, I think that people oftentimes forget where things started.
Yep.
Sometimes you have to go back and see how something started. A lot of people need to take accountability for what they do in order, or for what they did in order to get to where we are
Past.
today.
Yep.
So, like, at the end of the day, people just need to stop speaking on other people's names and all of that, because I don't speak on nobody's name. I don't talk
Mm-hmm.
trash on my platform. And if I am
Yep.
talking trash on my platform, trust and believe it was warranted.
Thank you.
You called for me. It was warranted. I was
Yep.
minding my business.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, cut that stuff out. Cut out the fake ass outrage. You want
Thank you.
to people trying to point out what we doing over here when all of that stuff is happening, when they sitting up there talking about that man day in and day out, 7 days a week, but there's no lives about that. There's no outrage about that. It's just
Thank
about
you.
what we're doing over here. And
Yes.
I find it very annoying that just because your perception or your perspective has changed on a topic, that I'm now being demonized because my perspective hasn't changed at the same time as yours. So you think it's
There you
time to
go.
stop covering you think it's time to stop covering the story, but because I don't, now you running around rampant on the internet trying to demonize me and my platform.
Thank you. And
Get the
she's
fuck out
saying
of here.
don't
You full of
critique.
shit.
Yes, and she's saying we critique like on you, but did you or did you not feel critique when this same person pointed out things you did And you said on your panel that you didn't pay attention to. You
She can
even
critique.
laughed about the joke about the college and she critiqued that. She
She
even
can
says,
critique. She can
yeah,
critique
so
these. She can critique these nuts. I can do whatever the fuck I want to do on my platform. I don't give a fuck what a Jasmine Dickey got to say about what I do on my platform. I don't give a fuck if she go
period.
live 99 times after this. Who gives a fuck? I don't care what she over there doing. I don't care if she read that motherfucker from Genesis to Revelations. I don't care what she doing over there. So I don't know why she's so concerned about what I'm doing on mine. I'm confused. I'm
And you know,
confused.
and you know what, Upper? The thing is, when people don't align with what she feel like her beliefs is, or other people, then they become a target. Then y'all push out the storyline of a bully and a mean girl.
Right.
I don't think.
Stop fucking with people.
There you
Shit.
go.
The fuck? How you going? That's like I'm getting on somebody. That's like if Ashley. So if I go on somebody's community wall and you come across a comment about you that I mean, I'm talking about I'm writing a whole paragraph about you. You
Hmm.
feel away. You address it on the community wall, but you still feel away. And you say, you know what? I'm not going to write no paragraph. I'm just going to go on my own platform and I'm going to talk about it on my platform. I can't get mad at you because you saw what I said and
Yep.
responded. That
There
is
you go.
hypocritical as fuck. You
Thank you.
cannot sit around and use the word accountability, but you think you can speak on a motherfucker. But when somebody respond to you, they supposed to be fucking wrong.
There you go.
You sound crazy as hell.
Hmm.
And then want to open up the Bible and start reading about how you self-righteous than a motherfucker.
No, she didn't. So she
Like,
opened
come
up the
on, man.
Bible after she judged Tom, Dick, and Harry.
I could have, that's what I heard. I heard she put out a video about Jesus Christ right after she did the live. I don't know how true that is or not. Because like I said, I didn't watch the shit. I didn't watch it because stop, like at the end of the day, when you say that you done, mean that you're done. You can't say that you done with the saga, but you still speaking on everything having to do with the saga. If you done, excuse yourself and go talk about something else. Stop talking about us.
There you go. And then, like you said, you turn around and you start reading the Bible. You're more hypocritical than anybody I know. How are you judging someone and pointing out their flaws and critiquing them in the same breath, turning around reading the Bible? Who do you
I'm
think God is more angry and disappointed in? And I don't even want to say angry, but upset with. There's
I
nothing you done that was godly like throughout
and
these
you know
whole
what?
few days.
Just like with this whole saga, right? Hold on one second.
Okay, boo. But just like with this whole storyline, this lady has done nothing but judge people, went on her platform just because she did not agree with you and have a whole lie based off of pointing out why you're a bully, why you doing this, why you doing that, calling us mean girls.
No,
What do you think you're doing?
she's being a mean girl. Any
Thank you.
this is my definition of a bully. A bully is somebody that actively goes around picking fights with motherfuckers for no reason.
Yep.
Especially if the person ain't never bothered you. It's nothing wrong with giving your opinion on said topic, but it's how you say everything. You had all types of aggression inside of those paragraphs that you wrote. You felt some type of way. You were being very aggressive, and so I decided to respond how I respond. People got to learn, stop putting your mouth on fucking people and then trying to get mad when they have something to say about it. I could speak on, I could defend my character if I want to. What you think
Thank
you can
you.
just, you think you could just speak on me and I can't say nothing back?
Exactly. And
And then
that's
you
the
try to, and
problem.
then you try to compare what I do with other people. You can't compare what
Exactly.
I do to other people. If I choose to address something, I will. If I choose not to, I won't. That's my prerogative. Especially if I know I was fucking with them first. But you, I wasn't fucking with you. You came out the blue and start fucking with me. Ashley, I don't hear you no more. I don't know if you're still there or not. What's going on, chat? Drop a one if y'all can hear me. Oh shit, I done took over the live. What the hell going on?
Upper, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
man, but
sorry.
I didn't mean to come up here and take over and stuff. But yeah,
No,
I'm
you okay,
Ashley,
boo?
I'm so sick of that shit, man. I'm so sick of this victim mentality and all of this bullshit. People trying to run around acting like somebody bothering them and all of this stuff like this. Ain't nobody bothering your ass. You behind walking going around these YouTube streets. You know, I saw that you were speaking on me and I responded. Period, point blank. And I'm gonna respond every time.
I have to re-enter it and enter back in, but please don't think you took anything over. Someone sent me something, so while you was talking, I went on ahead and looked at it. You okay though?
Okay. But
Yeah.
I'm finna drop down. I'm finna drop down. That's all I had to say. I did not watch that girl stuff. I don't ever watch her stuff and don't plan on watching it. And I don't think too many other people watch that shit.
I
So I'm
missed the
not really
last
worth
thing you said. I wanted to hear it. What was the last thing you said?
shit.
I'm
I
sorry.
forgot. I've been saying a whole bunch of shit. I don't know. But it's basically along the lines of, you know, yeah, some people are bullies. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But stop with the whole narrative that because somebody might come back harder or because somebody have a strong personality or because somebody might speak in a more louder tone that they're just being a bully or that they're just a bully type of person, because I'm not a bully at all. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm not a bully, and I would have never ever did a live on her or even spoke her name on my channel had she not spoke mine first. So I think she need to go back to the beginning, like Genesis, go back to the beginning and remember what you said first in order to get that reaction out of me. Nobody checking for you. I'm not checking a bit like I woke up in the morning like, ooh yeah, let me go fuck with Jasmine. Like, girl, I don't be like, don't nobody be thinking about your ass. Like, come on.
Exactly.
The fuck? Ain't nobody, you the last thing on my man. Like I said, I be forgetting that damn girl even exists. You not even in my cipher. You're not even in my
Upper.
world.
Oh
You
my
speaking on
goodness.
me.
But she
Shit.
keeping it real. She is.
Yeah.
And she addressed you like a woman. And you could say what you want to say about Upper. And if you guys haven't seen it, go to Upper Community. She gave this lady no dust. She paid her no dust, no attention. She addressed her classy. She said what she had to say. She kept it brief and cute. And she kept it moving. This lady seemed as though she was trying to bully Upper, and because Upper did not give her that response she wanted, then here she is making a video, having something to say. And just because a person like Upper that is boisterous, that does not have a problem standing up for what she believes is right and voicing her opinion, that does not make her a bully. And people know, because when you speak, people will listen, that you will become a target for people like that. And that's unfortunate, Upper. Keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah,
And
she better go
obviously
on
you're
some.
good at it.
And once again, she's still talking about me. So
Yep.
I'm gonna give her what she want. Now you wanted my attention. Now you got it. Stop calling my name, and I won't come. Leave me the fuck alone. Go have
See?
Bible study or some shit. Do what the fuck you been doing. The fuck
Oh,
out of my face. Leave me the fuck alone. All right.
oh.
Good night, child.
Good night, Upper. Thank you, boo. I appreciate you stopping in. And thanks for that super chat, Upper. That was dope.
You're welcome. Good night.
Good night, baby. And there you have it, you guys. Prime example. And I'm glad Upper came up here sharing her story. And this all stemmed from another content creator that's very popular, as you all know. Now this story is going around with this content creator that people are saying she's been bullied. This lady out of nowhere decided to, under this person's comment, have so much to say about Upper making a joke when she called the college. She did not give out any personal information to the people. She called, she made a joke, she was laughing the whole time, and it was funny to me. And it was funny to a lot of other people. Okay? Instead of her laughing, she said, "We're jealous of Lionya." She decided to turn around and say that instead of us wasting time doing skits, doing funny things to make our subscribers laugh, we should find something better to do with our time. But yet, here we are 2 days later, and she's making a video about all of us voicing her opinion That shouldn't matter to us. She has her freedom of speech. But when you say we're jealous and you continue to say our name in malicious ways, then that's when you have a problem. Then that's when you will have people like us addressing you. And it's not no beef. It's not anything that should cause a problem amongst us. I mean, you have so much to say. So now when we're saying what we have to say, there still shouldn't be a problem. Because I'm going to finish my story and say what I got to say. And then I'm going to get offline. Hi, Brandy. How are you, sweetheart? Brittany, my bad. Upper is not a bully. She is just a very confined person. Her voice is stern. It's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely. Tamara Smith typo confident. I know what you. I should have knew you saying that. That's why I hesitated a little bit. I'm like, did she mean? But I knew you meant Upper is a very confident woman. Absolutely. Now, Jasmine Dickey or Dickerson or what, however you say her name. I was okay with her on YouTube. We never had too many problems. You know, when all this stuff was going on, when all the content creators beef died down, she had no problem laughing at my videos. I saw hers, I laughed at hers, and everything was okay. When things kind of went back and bumped into all this beef all of a sudden brewed up with this other content creator that's pretty popular. I'll say their name is S because they don't like their name being mentioned. Now here she is feeling as though she needs to stick her nose and defend this person because she pushing out the storyline as well as other content creators that has a platform pushing out this storyline that this person is being bullied. If you're a non-biased person and you stand up for what is right and you use the prime example of how did I feel when I was into it with other content creators that I made up with. Well, I'm going to say this to you, Jasmine. I was hurt. I felt betrayed, and not because I was betrayed in the sense of this is a family member, this is someone hurt me like this. No, I felt betrayed by everyone because I felt like I explained myself clear enough. And it kept going on, and nobody gave me grace in that moment of despair. Now, what makes this beef different from me with these people is I did have decent conversations and funny moments with these people to where going into this year, it allowed me to forgive because I know the difference between genuine, what's real and what's not. I'm old enough to determine that. I have discernment like you as well to know when someone's intentions are genuinely pure and when they're not. And for you to try to question why am I back cool with these people and say I hate them, I absolutely don't hate them. And if you want to go out of your way to keep guessing that, that's on you. But the difference between maybe you and me is if I hated someone, which is a strong word, I couldn't stomach them enough to be around them just out of spite to get under someone else's skin. Don't flatter yourself that much or that person. I don't even dislike them enough to want to be friends with people just to get under their skin. So you have to ask yourself this question because that story is going around. Why do all these people supposed to hate this person and we're all getting together just to upset this person? Make it make sense, people. What reason do we have to hate them? Even though the story was pushed out that I released the things about her that she did not like, right? Her voice notes are the only ones that's going around that's saying stuff about us still. I said some bad things about the people that I am cool with now. But that's old. You're not going to catch anything from this point on going on, smiling in their face, saying bad things about them. And I regret saying those bad things to her about them as well. I do. But I stood in it and I owned up to that and I apologized because that's what real women do. We apologize and we move on. Nobody knows more than anything. Well, it's a few people out there in the world what it's like to lose someone because life is too short. So I would rather build relationships with people, even on YouTube, that I feel are genuine and meaningful, than to get online bitter and angry every day and looking forward to someone saying something smart to me, looking forward to someone subbing me in my community, looking forward to a subscriber bringing me something negative from someone else. Every day, that is a life itself of pain. You are living in your own personal hell, your own personal prison if you have to live your life like that. And that's the life I choose not to live. I do not want to be entertained with living in my own private hell because I think people are subbing me when it's a possibility that they're not. People don't think about you enough within these 24 hours in a day to want to sub you all day, to want to make videos about you all day, to want to get cool with people, to spite you. When people do things like that, you have to be the worstest, malicious, evilest person in the world for people to want to come together only to hurt you. You are flattering yourself. You're on this high horse and you're becoming too arrogant to feel like people are building relationships with people just based off of you itself. I think that's not cool. And I think that's arrogant. And I think that's silly for you as well as all these other people, Jasmine, to go around selling that storyline. And then you have to ask yourself this question. You were on my panel. Now, this is for the person with the S 3 weeks ago. And we both said we were going to leave the past alone. And it was what it was. And I've been doing that. But you had to say something about me asking for support from my people when plenty of times you've done that. And I didn't turn around and judge you off of that. People have to stop being bone carriers and the content creators has to stand in their truth and stop allowing people to get you upset or pump your head up with things instead of you seeing things for what they are, or stop always thinking that your opinion of someone else should matter to them or should matter to your subscribers or your supporters. Just because you feel that way about a subscriber or a content creator, that doesn't mean everybody who supports you should only support you or they have to feel how you feel. Everybody has their own mind and their own eyes. They should be able to feel how they feel for the freedom of choice, freedom of speech, their freedom of self expression. That is their own right. For Jasmine, for you to say people are mean girls. Nobody is a mean girl because people address things that took place that involved them when they've done absolutely nothing this time. It's one thing if this situation occurred and it was back in the day while we all were beefing, or when certain content creators were cool and they were talking about other content creators. That's different. You guys called yourself friends, you were cool, and you were talking smack about other people. That's understandable. Now, going forward, if those people made up, why does it bother everybody else so bad? This person said they want to be a black sheep. They don't want to be like everybody else. Me and you didn't have a problem with each other 3 weeks ago. We said we weren't going to speak on each other, which I've been stopped speaking on you. But you continue to speak on me every video. And nobody said anything to you about that. I didn't publicly come forward during every video and say, why are you still speaking on me? I didn't write on my community and say, why are you still speaking on me? I let it go and I moved forward. And in the process of me moving forward, I forgave people. I forgave people that said things about me that hurt it, and those people forgave me for saying bad things about them that hurt it. Life goes on. So why is that any business of yours? And why does that bother you so bad? And Jasmine Dickey, why do you care enough to write a video and say people are jealous of people? That is a strong word. You don't know me personally. You've never known me. So why do you feel like you have the right to judge me and other content creators that you do not know personally? Hey, you guys, if you can hear me, press 1. And I just have a question for everyone. How do you feel about all of this? Do everybody understands where I'm coming from? I'm at home, I'm chilling, and this girl that absolutely knows nothing about me, who I've never had a problem with, they say we are mean girls. We are mean girls, and we all get on a panel. We say what we have to say about that situation, and we keep it moving, right? Our names is the ones being brought up. But when we respond, we're the mean girls. Make it make sense, people. If someone is speaking on you consistently and you decide to respond because your name is being brought up, then you turn around to be the mean girl. And the same people that name is being brought up, those are the ones who address it with you. And you guys been on the panel together lately. So you all decide to continue to be on the panel to address it together instead of making 3 separate videos. When you make videos and you're speaking on other people, if your friends are not busy, then you have people on your panel with you, or you play back videos with you and other people speaking on the same similar situation. And then they come up and support you. Every time you have came forward with the video, 99% of the time, you've had your people come up with you. So if we're having the same people that you're speaking on a panel with us addressing it one by one, how is that bullying? And why do you think someone is being mean to this woman? What have we done that was mean, Jasmine? I'm waiting for your answer. Thank you, Rebecca, for understanding what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to get somewhere so we can move forward past this, because I don't feel like any of us content creators that have forgiven one another should be placed in a category of being mean girls and bullies. We have not bullied anyone. We have not subliminally subbed anyone. We haven't been subbing people. Go down my news feed, go down Amber's, go down Reddit's, and see what have we said that you would think was bullying. Whatever we say in that moment, whether Amber did leave a comment or something like that out of frustration, that wouldn't even be considered bullying. No one has been subbing anyone or bullying anyone. But Jasmine Dickey seems to think differently. And she says we're jealous. And that word really bothers me because I've never been jealous of anyone. And to be honest, you have to envy something that someone has. And I'm not jealous of anything that this content creator have, even the sub she has. In due time, we all will get there with hard work and dedication if we keep consistently putting out videos day by day. And then you spoke on us only having the same supporters. We will get to where we need to be, and we will change the storyline when we choose to. A lot of people are no longer speaking on this storyline because it's been dead. There's no more money to grab. It is time to move on, but people will move on at their own pace. You cannot judge people based off of your own feelings. That's your feelings. You can't tell us how to feel and how to move. You can't tell me that I strongly don't like these girls and I'm watching over my shoulders. I'm going to tell you like this. At the age of 40, if I have to watch over my shoulders, if I have to worry about somebody doing something sneaky and malicious to me, I will not entertain that conversation. I will not be around that person. If I feel like I have to do all those steps that is necessary, I won't be around them. I refuse to get on the phone with anyone and say, "Are you recording me?" I'm not going to do that. If I have to say that to you, then I don't want to be around you. Period. Tandrika said, I will not address it because you're going to always get a response. You're not mean. Even though you responded, it's not worth addressing it. Just know the supporters that are not messy see everything. The messy supporters try to create beef between y'all content creators, and it's not working. And that's absolutely what they're trying to do. That is absolutely what they're trying to do. I'm gonna have my girl Brandy come on before I get ready to call it a night. What it do, my beautiful sis? How you
What's
doing?
up, babe? What's going on, sis? I'm not gonna be long because it's getting late, but I'm just trying to understand. First of all, to me, it
This is
sounds
crazy.
it sounds like this chick is trying to get some content, like she's
Mm-hmm.
trying to get insert herself in something.
Yeah.
And I and the one thing that bugs me is people that want to bring up the Bible. They so holy, they so Christian. See,
Mm-hmm.
people like that, I call them church folk. See, she probably go to church every Sunday, know all the scriptures, but she's messy. Because first of
Mm-hmm.
all, how are you jealous of someone that you don't know in real life? Okay, jealous of what? Jealous
And
of
that's the
what?
thing. And I'm not trying to be mean or nothing, okay?
No, that's not
But
mean. That's a
jealous
fact,
is
you know?
a strong accusation to say she's saying we're all jealous of Bree and we're jealous of this other content creator. And no, neither one of those women have anything I want. Even like Anya, with the amount of money that she makes, she's miserable. When I do and I will have a successful career, I will be happy in my field. And with the money that I make, I won't be miserable having that money. All
Right.
that money still can fix the ugliness that she carries inside. And,
Inside.
and this other person
Right.
clearly is, I don't know if they're not happy with the way they are because they allowed these people to say that we're mean girls and to build these situations and platforms of based off of the wrong things that they're doing. You're building, making a whole channel calling people mean girls. If
Right.
that's not mean and you don't have the facts to point that out, then I don't know what else is. We have not bullied this woman once. You cannot look through our community and see anything we've posted, everything we had to say to address this person when responding back to them. We have
Right.
shared on one platform. So I don't understand where being a mean girl comes from.
I don't either. And secondly, how can you if a to me when what I think a bully is somebody that goes at somebody who is very quiet, who doesn't say anything, who's not involved in drama. You know, they
Mhm.
just to themselves. You know how when you saw kids when you growing up and they got picked on and they were
Playground.
bullied. You know what I'm saying? They got bullied because they were kind of shy and didn't really interact and they were an easy target. So how can you bully a person that gets on social media, calls other women the B word, curses them out, talks about their whole family, put out pictures of their soon to be ex, inappropriate pictures, says all of this stuff, they so tough and they so bad. How can they be bullied? I don't understand that. I really don't. And like I said before, if you feel bullied, you can always log off. This is social
Exactly.
media. This is not real life. This girl is in a whole nother state from where you live, I live. It's not like you right next door. So how is that bullying? And I
Exactly.
just get tired of these so-called Christian people that get up here and judging other people. See, if you're a
Facts.
Christian, you're not supposed to judge. You can have discernment, but you're not
Yes.
supposed to be judging other people and labeling them.
Can
So
you
I
hear me?
just, yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Just making sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just think that this chick Jasmine is just looking for content, looking for views and clicks, and people will do that. They will start stuff just to get some traction on their side. Get people to start coming over to watch them and stuff like that. So, girl, I wouldn't be explaining myself to her. Okay, you said what you said, you meant what you said, and that's it.
And
See.
that's exactly what I'm gonna stand on. And I feel even bad, speaking with you and reading a comment section. What Chandrika said was very accurate. I said what I
Mm-hmm.
had to say, and even addressing this is kind of going back on my word and stooping to their level. Obviously, she needs some type of clicks and views, and
Right.
obviously, the attention that you're searching for, you're not getting and receiving it in that way. But what bothered me more than anything is when
Mm-hmm.
this lady said we use this woman for her platform to get what we needed from her. And I just want to say this.
What?
I only been on, and I could speak for a few content creators, but I'm just going
Mm-hmm.
to speak for myself now. This person has never helped me with anything whatsoever with my platform, and I've asked for help, and she's promised help at one point in time, and we were cool long enough to try to get that help,
Mm-hmm.
but it was never given to me. Everything that I've done from the ground up, the bottom to now, I've learned
Right.
on my own. I've just
Right.
recently gotten my computer, so there's nothing she could have taught me in the midst of that time, far as a content creator. Now, before I've gotten cool with her, I was covering the Latrice truth story. And if you go back down to the very beginning of me covering that story, I would receive 4 and 5 thousand views on those videos alone before we were even clicked up. Not to
Right.
mention, I've had 45,000 under my short video with DMX, under my Jaguar Right video, thousands. So I could have popped off on those certain subjects if I stuck to it itself alone. But I chose not to go through that route. My
Right.
videos when I started off was breaking generational curtains. I'm sleepy. I said curtains. Ooh,
Oh, don't worry about it.
I know, sis, but breaking generational curses and being
Mm-hmm.
enlightened, waking up our people and just doing
Right.
something positive. That's what my channel will be. And it first initially started off on. However, when I started covering this story, because I followed him and this family
Mm-hmm.
before this situation happened, I was inspired to do so. So before I got cool with her, I started on my own with this. And as we begin to become cool, yes,
Mm-hmm.
a couple of her 100 people came to me after I went on her panel, which was only 2 times. Okay.
Yeah,
I
but
have
that's
my
okay.
own style and way of doing things. I don't
Yeah.
do the receipts. So you've never seen me going by receipt to receipt. I don't see anything wrong with that. I
Mm-mm.
said once I figure out how not to get copy strike and the issues with that, back in the day, I used to do videos and play them as I went, live and spoke on, what I needed to and paused it along the way. I'm thinking I'm going to start doing that as well once I figure out a couple of things with the computer. But that help was never given to me. And I'm doing
Mm-hmm.
all this on my own. And imagine this, I've lost hundreds of her supporters, not mine. They're still here. And I've gained the ones I lost from her back slowly but
Right.
surely. And
That's
they're
what I was
not the
gonna
same
say.
people,
Right.
but
Mm-hmm.
they're actually people that are here for me. Okay?
Right.
And I'd rather my true loyal supporters that are rocking with me for me and not just a fan of hers. And just because me and her don't agree, they ready to unsubscribe or bash me. Those are not the kind of people I want on my channel support me.
You want true supporters, okay?
Absolutely.
And I'm gonna say this: there's nothing wrong with another content creator, kind of showing a new content creator, how to what to do
Brandy, that's what
and stuff
I'm
like
gonna
that.
do.
But the
That's
thing
what we should
is,
do.
right? But
Out of helping, I had someone that I was
right,
cool with at 43,000 subs. You would think that if we were cool, that person would have helped it me and extended that extra help that I needed to craft what I was doing. But unfortunately, it that was not the case. Was I mad at that person for that? No. Did I bash them for that? No.
because the
So when this
thing
person
is,
says I'm jealous and I learned
mm-mm,
stuff from this person and I used them for that, now that is something that does irritate me because I didn't use them for anything. I've lost more being cool with this person than what I've gained. I am the content creator that puts a picture up. I've gained thousands of followers based off of people watching a video, but they're only seeing a picture and I'm pointing out the things in that picture and you can visualize that. Now that has to be a gift. If you
but
don't have to
right,
show receipts and you could just put a picture up and talk and people can follow you from that picture, that's
right.
something everyone can't do. And I'm proud of that. And I'm not going to let anyone take that from me or get the credit for it.
But that's what I was gonna say. Like that's what I was gonna say. People can a content creator can kind of show you the ropes, but you have to have your own creativity. You have to have your
Absolutely.
own style. All of you all have your different style. From you, Harmony Speaks, Retta, Lupac, you all have your individual style. That's what makes your platform, and theirs. So nobody can single handedly make your platform blow up because you
Hmm.
have to bring to the table what it is and
Right.
authenticity, being authentic, being real. That's what builds a good platform, in my opinion. I like to follow people who are authentic, not always playing the victim or,
Thank you.
trying to control what you do, trying to control subs. Because at the end of the day, we all grown. You
Right.
see, I go where I want to go. I support who I want to support. And so you built your platform and you're building the way that you build it. Harmony is building hers the way that she does, and Retta, and so on and so forth. So, all this jealousy stuff is crazy to me. And just because you have money, that does not mean success. To me,
Thank you.
success is the whole picture. Okay. Your family, your children, how you are mentally, what's going on the inside. Money is just that. It's just money. You can buy what you want to buy. But at the end of the day, what's your character about? What's your morals? How do you treat the next person?
Hmm.
All of that matters. Okay. You could have money and be the nastiest person on the internet.
Facts. To
So,
me, success lies in who you are as an individual, not only how your
mm-hmm.
kids see you, how they're raised, how your family is ran, the dynamic of your family, but how the
Right.
world portrays you, your closest friends, your coworkers, and the people that people may not know. What do you
Right.
do when you're not around people? Do you give money to the homeless or the guy on the corner just because people are watching you? Or would you
Right.
do this when you're by yourself
By
because that's who
yourself.
you are
Exactly.
morally?
Right.
That's what
So,
success is to me. It's a
right.
variety of different things, but mixed with an individual person as one.
Right. So all of this talk that this young lady is speaking on, I mean, girl, please, I wouldn't pay that no attention. She's just looking, like I said, she's looking for views and a click. And, you know, if she sees an opportunity to do that, that's what I see. But she need to stop with the Christian mess and the God and reading scriptures and all of that, because that don't mean nothing. Anybody can do
Absolutely.
that. So yeah.
I
So
agree.
you've addressed it. I wouldn't give her no more energy.
All
Okay.
right.
Yep. So anyway, I'm gonna get off because it's getting late.
Okay,
But
sis.
I
Thank
enjoyed
you,
the
boo.
show. All right,
Of
honey.
course. I'm about
All
to
right.
call it
Thanks
a
for
night
having me
too. I'm
up.
gonna wrap it up.
Okay, and everybody
All
have a
right,
good
love.
night in the chat. Okay.
You
All
too,
right.
beautiful. Thank you
Okay.
for coming up here.
All right. Okay. Bye
All
bye.
right, baby. Bye bye. And I think that was very sweet of Brandy to come up here and give us some advice in her wise words. It's always nice for someone to share their opinion on certain things. I'm gonna wrap it up in a minute. If someone else briefly would like to come up, they have something to say that they want to express, you can feel free to do so. If not, I'm going to wrap up my words, try to spread something positive out there before I leave in this conversation. I know that a lot of things sometimes, the good things we say, they fall on deaf ears. And this was not a live of bashing. This was not a live of judgment, but this was a live of just telling it like it is, being straightforward. Because a lot of times things get misconstrued and mixed up if we're not straightforward, if we don't directly go to the source. And unfortunately, that's what I feel like a lot has happened along the way with these fake beefs, these disagreements and argument. Words are twisted, things are said that weren't said in that manner, but it's brought to that person that way. It's a lot of messy subs as well as content creators that are keeping beefs going because they're not honest with certain people and they're not telling people what they see and what they think things really are versus them just trying to tell someone what they want to hear or what that person believes, just agreeing with them because they're friends. And that's not what a real friend is to me. And just because you fall out with someone, that does not necessarily mean you have to continue beefing with them. Life goes on. And good night, Brandy. I appreciate your wise words. You're a beautiful person, sis. Keep your head up. Thanks for always coming up and sharing your words of wisdom. But I just hope going forward for Jasmine that she learns a valuable lesson from this. It's not what you say sometimes, it's the way you say it. Your opinion about me and Upper, Retta, Amber, that doesn't matter to us. But the way you say it, and when you decide to get on a panel and say that we are jealous of someone and say that we are bashing and we're being mean, you have to be able to back that up with facts. You're saying that you're not biased, but yet you're being so biased and you're being hypocritical at the same time. If you're a God fearing woman, you're trying to change your ways, why are you in the same breath judging people based on not hearing their side of the story? You're just going off of what one person tells you, and you're cool with that person on top of that. So, out of all people, you should be the last people coming online to say we're bashing and being mean to someone when you're friends with that person. So, right away, you have your blinders on and you feel as though it's your duty to protect your friend. You're not looking at things from a Christian perspective. Everything you have done has not been Christian like. You should have went to God about this. You should have prayed about this instead of thinking that it would be all right for you to come online with your Christian self and do a video and judge us all and call us haters. If we are haters, who are you? And why will we hate on this person? I have never been jealous of anyone, and I will be danged if I'm jealous of someone just as small as them having more subscribers as me. You can say what you want to say. You said we jealous of the cash apps and things like that, boo. I work. I have a job. YouTube is great, fine as dandy. I love when I receive cash apps because that shows me that my supporters that I stay online with and I connect with every day. I try to do some type of video every day. Sometimes I have uplifting, encouraging content. Sometimes I do funny videos and I make them laugh. And sometimes I'm just online kicking it where we're speaking on the story that we've been covering and we're giving our opinion. Yes, at the end of the day, I do feel like my subscribers should support me. And by them supporting me, that goes a long ways. That opens up the door for me to do things fun for them. That open up the door for me to say, I want to buy a gift card. I want to treat one of them. I want to bless their cash apps. Instead of me saying, oh, I want to go on vacation. I might want to pick up a couple of days at work. I can say, oh, well, I'll go online that day for a couple hours or all day or half of that day and make them laugh or have an open topic instead of going to work picking up that day. It balances it out. When you're being supported by your people and your true people, it allows you to feel good enough to want to stick to what you're doing because you feel like you're making a difference and you feel like they care enough about you to support you. And they should. Just like you support a server, just like you support a business owner that's just opening up. If someone makes you laugh every day and someone is consistently putting out content, they deserve that same support as that person who comes on once a week. When they come on every day, they should have that same energy so they don't feel used. They don't feel used until this once a week person comes on. Because at the end of the day, if we're honest with ourselves, we all struggle with something. And some of us just don't speak about that publicly because we don't want our channel about that. We want to motivate you to continue to stay positive and be uplifted and encouraging. So my point of all this being said is when people shun you for doing the things that they do, it's hypocritical. And when Jasmine Dickey says people are jealous of someone based off of those superficial things, it's laughable. I will never be jealous of anyone that has loyal supporters and subscribers. But don't dim my light based off of what they're doing and take away from the work that I'm doing. I don't think that's fair. And I will never dim my light to make someone else's light shine brighter. I feel like we're all deserving of certain things based off of the work we put in. Now, if we're going to go off of the work ethic and take away the years, then we can say that certain people not deserving of certain things because they don't do it every day. They're not consistent. But that's not my place to judge that. So I will leave that judgment at the door because that's not my place or my business how I feel about someone else. And I refuse to push that narrative on others. You are free to think and feel how you want to think. That's your opinion. But please, Jasmine Dickey, keep my name out of your mouth. You don't know me. If you're a woman of God, be just that. I'm a woman of God, but I cuss a lot. You do and say a lot of hypocritical things, young lady. And instead of you worrying about me and running with people, bullying people, you need to get your life right. You need to stop cussing like a sailor, woman of God, that you claim to be. And you need to own up to your truth. And your truth is worry about you and yourself and worry about your flawed character. because your character is definitely flawed. When you think it's okay and it's Christian-like to get online and bash others, to stalk upper in the comment section and think that you're dragging her or you scared her, to harass people, to say people are jealous of people based off of subs, because that's the only thing I can think of. Not to mention, you keep saying help. Help. These people helped. Nobody has helped us do anything. Everywhere we've gotten in life, we got here on our own through our own hard work and dedication. Whether you want to look at it and say people click up and go from panel to panels, at the end of the day, that's what our subs like. Our subs love when we can come together as one. Do you know how fun it is and makes us happy when our subs say, I'm so glad you guys worked it out? A lot of our subs don't want to be in the bushes. They want to support all of us. And a lot of us small content creators that are just getting started, we need to feel that same gratitude. And I'm going to speak up for Amber as well. A lot of us that come out regular, we don't receive that same support like you do with other people. You got to keep that same energy, and you have to support our fellow comer uppers so they can maintain to be uplifted and encouraged, so they can continue to make you laugh. Well, I'm Ashley D. I hope that this video resonated with Jasmine Dickey. I hope she finds herself. I hope she puts out better content that people will watch. And I hope she keeps my name and other people's name out of her mouth. You are free to like who you like, but only God can judge us. You are not the God. You are not the jury. Please stay out of mine. Have a blessed night to my loyal subs. Please make sure you hit that like button before you leave out. I am going to get me a good night's sleep. I wish each and all of you a blessed night. I will see you tomorrow morning going live. Take care.